Hey everyone, Liz Roman here. Wanted to talk to you today about 5 reasons why calorie counting sucks. And take it from personal experience. I tried it for a really long time and it was exhausting. So the first reason why calorie counting sucks is it's not a long-term solution. I have never met one person in my entire career or in my entire life that was successful with counting calories as a long-term maintenance plan. So whether or not you're traveling or you're out to eat, it's exhausting trying to search for different things in MyFitnessPal and make sure that everything is inserted just appropriately, not to mention the fact that there's about a bajillion different types of chicken breasts to choose from in MyFitnessPal, right? And at the end of the day, when you stop counting your calories, what have you learned? You really haven't learned much about the proper way to eat. Unless you were particularly paying attention to the portions along the way, you were looking at the quality of your food and making sure that every meal consisted of good lean protein, veggies, healthy fat, and good carbs, right? You basically counted the calories for the time being that you set out. Maybe it was a goal for 30 days or 6 weeks or 12 weeks. And then at the end of that, you might have lost some weight. You might have seen some results, but likely you yo-yoed or gained the weight back after you stopped calorie counting. The second thing here is that even if you are calorie counting, do you really know that what you're putting in MyFitnessPal or another app is accurate? How do you know that? Because it's been proven that there is a margin of error, and that margin of error is between 8 and 18%, that the nutrition labels can be off. So how do they really know how to measure a calorie in a food, right? So there's been a lot of studies and research done. So I would say on average out of that, about a 10% error either way, which can do some damage. That's a pretty good chunk over the course of the day. If you're a person who's eating 1,400 calories, that's an entire snack for you if you're at 10% plus or minus, right? 140 calorie protein bar or snack bar that could just completely throw you off because of the nutrition label error. The third reason here is that most people overestimate how much they burn throughout the day, meaning their target is set too high, and they overestimate how much they burn throughout the day. So one of the functions I know in MyFitnessPal is that you can put in your activity, but that doesn't take into account your personal height, weight. It doesn't take into account what your heart rate was, how hard you were working, right? 30 minutes of cardio for one person may be extremely difficult, while someone who's fit does 30 minutes of cardio and it doesn't impact them that much, or they don't burn that many calories. Their heart rate is not as high. They're used to it. They have a higher level of endurance. So you overestimate how much you need for the day, and then you overestimate how much you burn. You really don't know where you landed for the day from the overall calorie deficit, input, and expenditure. The fourth reason here, and this is one of the things that I believe is the most important, and the reason why I personally stopped calorie counting was because I lost the quality of my food. Most people eat for pleasure. Some people have stress eating or emotional eating, and they're doing that because in the moment it gratifies them. It satisfies something that they're longing for, or it tastes good, right? So when we're looking at calorie counting, in my experience, I've seen that there has been some habits that have been instilled that aren't so great, such as 100-calorie packs, buying things fat-free, low-calorie, low-carb, more processed foods versus quality foods. And when you look at your body fat percentage, that is the quality of food that you're eating. So a lean person who eats good, healthy vegetables, lean protein, good sources of fats such as fish oil, avocado, almond or nuts, things like that, right? They eat good quality nutrition. They may not get as much quantity, but they also don't need it because of the quality of food that they're eating. And many times I see, more often than not, people come to me and ask for help. I'm not losing weight. And I ask them, okay, give me a 3-day record of what your food is. And a lot of times I see in there these low-calorie snack options so that they can get a larger quantity. So it instills some bad habits. And it doesn't teach you the right way to eat healthy and clean. The final thing here is that your homeostasis state is ever changing, right? This can be related to your metabolism, your hormones, your age and your weight, your height, your body fat. How do you really know what your resting metabolic rate is and how many calories you're burning just throughout the day with your normal activity? Because that fluctuates up and down. It also, for women, fluctuates at the different time of the month. So what we really have to look at here is the holistic picture. What is the impact that you are having with your food over the course of a long time? So a single day is not as important as your consumption over a long period of time. So I'm going to drop a link below here for you that shows you a visual portion control guide. It's got 4 areas here to teach you how to eat and how to build your meal. So if you're looking at your plate from a woman's perspective, you would want to make sure that you have at least 1 serving of lean protein, about the size of your palm. 1 to 2 servings of healthy fats. Again, this is going to be dependent upon you, your age, your height, your goals, your weight currently, your body fat currently, but you would measure that by your thumb. 4 good healthy carbs such as brown rice or quinoa, beans, legumes, you would use a cupped hand, so about a half a cup there. And then for the green leafy vegetables, you want to use your fist. And if you're doing salads or large, leafy greens, things like that, you would do 2 fists to be 1 serving. So I'll go ahead and drop that link below. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And I hope this helps you kind of take away some of the overwhelming, stressful, exhaustingness of calorie counting. And hopefully this will help you start to eat right so that you can enjoy your food without the headache of calorie counting. Until